Okay.
Wednesday. It's Taco Wednesday.
Burrito Wednesday.
Todd's getting us lunch today.
Who wants, we have bacon and sausage. Sausage?
Sure, sausage.
Okay, you guys split that one. That should be cut in the middle. Eric, you want some sausage burrito? Oh, man.
Eric said no?
Today, we are testing out Tacos Jalisco next to Chubby's, next to the West Campus. And seeing the difference between them and North Point Chevron.
Well, I can tell you, first of all, it's definitely smaller.
But
the sausage is
small.
bigger. Look at it. Yeah. They're not small. Bigger chunks there.
A lot more bacon in this thing. Holy mackerel, look at how much bacon's in this thing.
Wow.
Welcome to the KGC Morning Coffee Sessions, and today it's kind of an interesting one because it's a little more political than most because there's been some big things in the news. But first of all, we want to talk about a couple things. Tomorrow, Thursday, the 23rd, is CRPA, California Rifle and Pistol Association, will be here at the King's Gun Center for our KGC Morning Coffee Sessions and talk about what they're doing out there, where they're going, talk about the lawsuits, and talk about what we want to do is our Roundup program. And the Roundup program is simply if you have a $10.65 bill, you round up 35 cents to $11. That money goes to fight for our gun rights in California. All right, let's try these things.
I've already tried it. It's good.
It's good. I didn't get it with salsa, but I did get it with cheese. It's a little bit cheaper. It's a little bit cheaper than North Point Chevron. One thing that bothered me, what breakfast place opens at 7:30 in the morning?
Jalisco's.
I got here a little bit earlier, but...
It's good, though.
That's the one that's right over by the West Campus, right?
Yes, right across the street.
Yeah, you'd think they'd open a little earlier than that.
Well, Whittier Police Department. A lot of bacon. We had an officer get killed in California a couple days ago. And we have our flag outside at half mast. We have a blue line flag we fly at this time. Being a deputy sheriff for 20 years, having 3 of my friends die in the line of service during that time, something's changed. When those cops died over in Texas, in Dallas, because of inflammatory statements that the president was making, it's changed. Cops are dying now not because of criminals, but it's because of politicians letting the criminals loose or giving the criminals the reason to do this.
I think it's more of giving them the reason.
Right.
There's no leadership. There was no leadership under Obama. And when all those riots were going on under Obama, he should have denounced that. He should have stopped that. He didn't.
Yeah, but he can't because Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals says he can't do that.
He could have. He could have. He could have done a lot. He could have sent his Justice Department.
But he'd be going against his own
but my point
his own ideology.
But my point is he could have.
True.
He could have. That's
True.
where the blame falls right there at the top all the way down. He could have sent in the National Guard. He could have done whatever he could, but he let them run rapid, and now it's like a disease. And if you catch a disease early, you can stop it. If you catch it late, it's very hard.
When I started in law enforcement back in, 95, it's a lot different world today than it was then, and we don't have the social media and the blogosphere and all those things that we had back then. And to talk a little bit about what you were talking about just before we started here, about the media's coverage of what's happening down in Whittier.
Oh, so if you've been following that, what I was saying was when that first happened, the media was not wanting to really release anything about that dirtbag. Oh, did I say that on air? Dirtbag?
Have you seen his picture?
Yeah, he's a dirtbag. And so he, because he was an AB109 let out, and that goes against everything that they're for. And so it's really hard. You know, people talk about Trump, releasing things or information, things that shouldn't be possibly released. But the problem is right now we don't get any.
Right.
We don't get true information from the media. We only get one-sided information from the
Everything
media.
is so biased.
It is.
On both sides, but
Mm-hmm.
especially on the left side.
The problem is with the last 3 volleys in Sacramento, AB109, realignment, and then the Prop 57 that just happened, more inmates are being released. I watched it when I was in law enforcement, how the jail populations went down, how arrests went down, because you can't arrest for drugs anymore. You can't arrest for half the things you could arrest for before. They reclassified crimes. They brought up down penalties and brought up requirements for penalties. But the problem is yes, everybody knew a Whittier cop was killed. Everybody knew it was on a crash scene. What the media wouldn't tell you is that guy was released by Governor Brown and by the Democrats in Sacramento
Right.
as a non-violent offender.
Yeah, and let's take it back to guns. Somebody who shouldn't have had a gun, but did have a gun. So how does the laws that they pass really work? There is no law in the books that takes the gun out of the criminal's hands. It just takes the guns out of innocent hands, like ourselves. But see, that's the whole rhetoric. They don't want you to see that side. They don't want you to make that connection.
Right.
So again, it starts at the leadership.
At the same time, we're seeing more and more news reports, because we have the internet, of CCW carriers and legal carriers helping cops from getting killed now.
But you really don't see that either. You don't see a lot of that.
No, unless you know where to look, unless you have the right things going on.
All the
Not in
blogs,
mainstream.
all the blogs that I follow, I get reports probably twice a week on how a CCW carrier either stopped something from happening or saved somebody. But you don't see that on the morning news. You don't see that on the evening news, because it goes against everything that they're for.
And it doesn't make good news.
That doesn't.
You know?
No. No. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
Oh, nothing happened here.
Yeah, we're done. Next.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, but something did happen. A cop's life was saved by a citizen, which
Well,
should be Medal of Honor.
The one in Arizona, what, a month ago?
On the freeway?
On the freeway,
Right.
pulled over as the cop was just.
I
about getting ready
just
to
saw
be
one
killed.
yesterday where another cop was getting beat up and a black woman stood up and stopped it. Just recently.
Yeah, nobody wants to get involved.
My problem is they don't want to talk about the consequences of their actions in Sacramento, and the news doesn't want to make Sacramento in a bad light because they have their way of their good America. So, Burrito, we have North Point Chevron now, and we have Tacos Jalisco now, pluses and minuses.
I think they're both good.
They're both good.
I think they just have a little bit of a taste. I think Jalisco's has bigger chunks of meat. And then North Point Chevron, they just kind of chop their meat up smaller, but I mean, it tastes good.
Price-wise, they're just about the same price, maybe about 50 cents more for a burrito, but they're much bigger over at North Point.
Yes, they are.
Also, I get a burrito at North Point at 5 in the morning. They don't open here till 7:30 and then 8 on the weekends at Tacos Jalisco. So it's a wash, but I wouldn't say it's a bad, but they're both very good burritos.
they're-
But I think at the end of for me, you have a better service, better options at North Point Chevron. Well, that'll wrap it up today for KGC Coffee Sessions. Remember, you can subscribe right here, or you can watch our other videos right here on the little parts of our screen here on YouTube. We are so happy that you're able to come over today and watch us again. Tomorrow, don't forget, we have the guys from CRPA coming. Love to have you come along and listen up. Thank you for watching.